#1 poker radio show in the world. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. 1 full hour of poker news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody, how are we doing today? We are live here at the World Series of Poker. A little later start, and it's the goofiest damn reason why. Nothing I did. Well, didn't really want to change the schedule up. But this year we're going off the Rio Wi-Fi, which has been great, by the way. No complaints whatsoever. It has been fantastic. Very few times has the show gotten glitched up. A couple did, but overall pretty good. But here's the funny part. So every 24 hours that resets. So you have to go back and sign in again to the Rio, and you're all good. But the other day when we did the Hall of Fame ceremony and I got over here in the afternoon, I got here around 2:45, somewhere in there, and that's when I got punted off. Well, unfortunately, it went off again at 2:45, the 2:45, 2:50, and again at the same time the last 2 days. Thusly, it messed us up. So I decided today to wait until the glitch happened, which came about 2:58. Whee! So we're all good now, and we're going to have a full broadcast, and we're very happy to have you with us. I do want to take a second, and I got to send out condolences. I got to tell you, I'm very heavy heart I'm doing the show today. A very good friend of mine from my collegiate days at North Dakota State has passed away, and I wouldn't expect anybody out there to know him or anything like that. But it's been a tough afternoon for me, a tough morning when he was one of my RAs in high school or in college. Steve Kalkman, otherwise known to a lot of us there as Beeve, who really was one of the guys that I truly looked up to. And when I went to NDSU from Pennsylvania, I didn't know anybody. And Beeve was my RA and lived right next door to me, and spent a lot of time with him and hung out and was very kind and courteous. And was one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. And lost a 2-year battle with colon cancer. And I just heard from actually the guy who was my other RA that year, Scott Kimber, to let me know that he had passed away. And it's kind of a tough day for me, especially here's a guy that about the same age as I am, and to lose him is very sad. And I want to send out my condolences to his friends, his family, his friends, and a lot of us at the community. We're a tight knit group, us Bison, and we hate losing one of the herd. So, sorry, I was going to try not to get choked up, but God bless you, Beeve. We miss you, buddy. All right, so anyway, now once I kind of get myself together here, we want to welcome you all to today's edition of the Mark Hoke Show. Day 1B of the main event going on right now. It is a packed house here. Of course, tomorrow I'm sure is going to be absolutely insane. But we have a lot going on here at the World Series. We're going to get you updated on what's been going on in some of the other events, plus Day 1A. We'll give you a little recap of that, and then let you know what's going on here this afternoon, Day 1B. But man, it is busy between the deep stack tournaments, and some of the other events going on. The Rio halls are packed, and like I said, tomorrow should be insane. But by the way, we got a couple of very popular bracelet wins for you. Wow, and a couple guys I'm truly happy for. It has been the year of the pro. We've certainly had some amateurs strike through and win bracelets, as they always do. But this year, we are really seeing, it's the year of the guys that deserve it, and the ladies, of course. It's been something else, and we're going to break that all down for you here in just a second. Of course, we want to thank you for liking the show. If you have a second, give us a like on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show. On Twitter, you can follow us there at Mark Hoke Show. Keep us up to date on everything going on with the show. We certainly do appreciate you joining us. Of course, we are 3 days from wrapping up our coverage of the World Series of Poker, as we have to head down to Tampa for the PPC Poker Tour's North America Championship. Of course, I and my team do all the live reporting for the tour, so we're got to step out of here after the day twos wrap up. But we'll give you all the fun stuff that's going on down there in Tampa. And, of course, we got our show on KSHP. A lot happening. So it should be a fun couple of days. Of course, the things will be wrapping up as we get closer and closer to crowning our next group of November 9 players. Actually, kind of October-ish players with the election coming up. But it's going to be a great time here at the Rio. If you've never been here, get on down, man. If you want to see what the atmosphere is like, we'll have our fan cam up and stuff, but you really don't know it until you get to do it. And I'm telling you, airfares are pretty cheap getting out here. Plenty of chances for you to come out and enjoy the atmosphere of the World Series of Poker. And it's just a different time, a different feel during the main event. So first, let's go through our bracelet winners here over the past couple of days. And we have a couple of bracelet events wrapping up as we speak. And one more here I wanted to pull up real fast. So let me get this one before we really dig into this. And get that last chip counts up. That's how you gotta love it when those superstar online players come barreling in here. And we've had a couple of them over the last couple of weeks come in here and win. Of course, it's very interesting because you don't have a lot of the international players have really, after Black Friday, really just for budgetary reasons, for the most part, have had to wait until the last 2 to 3 weeks of the series to come in here because times have changed. But one who came in here and got the job done, and what a duel it was. But Jens Kalonen has won the $2,500 high roller pot limit Omaha bracelet. He went back and forth with Tommy Lee all afternoon. But Kalonen, who's known as one of the top Omaha online players in the world, takes it down, wins that bracelet, and he got a nice little paycheck, kids. $1,127,035. So congratulations to him on winning event 62. Event 63, $1,000 no limit hold'em, and usually you kind of see some unknowns get the job done in these $1,000 tournaments. But, of course, with a lot of the pros in town, and Tony Dunst of the World Poker Tour brings home his first World Series of Poker bracelet. It'll mean he's going to be absolutely impossible to bear with for the rest of our lives, but that's okay because I can tell you what, Tony was all smiles today picking up that bracelet as he knocks off Jason Rivkin to take that one down, followed by Joshua Field, Francisco Arroyo, and Matas Symbolis to take down event number 33. And a decent little payday for Tony, $339,254. So congratulations, Tony D. Way to go, buddy. Big win for him, and hopefully now maybe he won't be so grumpy. Maybe a little bit nicer. All I have to do is say, Tony, why, what's going on? You know what? You want a bracelet. Okay. And put a smile on his face. But way to go, Tony. Good job. And keep wearing those suits, looking sharp. Event number 64, the $3,000 pot limit Omaha high-low split 8 or better. And another pro who has been grinding away for years and years takes that one down. Kyle Bowker scores big. Of course, you guys might remember we got to see him on Poker Night in America a little bit. Bowker knocks off Kate Huang to win the event number 64 bracelet. Jared Graham finishing third. Chris Ruby in fourth. And Richard Ashby rounds out your top five. Kyle Bowker scores a World Series of Poker bracelet, his first one, and he picks up $294,960. So congratulations to Kyle Bowker as the pros continue to have done their thing here at the World Series. I almost have to say continue to because we're pretty much wrapped up with the preliminary events. We're close. Great story coming up in the ladies event right now. This is getting interesting. Courtney Kennedy out of Detroit, Michigan. And I saw her flying around in the halls a couple of times, didn't know her, but she has never had a WSOP cash. And right now, she stands 3 players away from taking down the ladies no limit hold'em bracelet, and another African-American player too, which I'll tell you what a great thing that would be to have an African-American woman winning a World Series of Poker bracelet. I'd have to go back, but I don't think that's been done. I'm not sure, but that just goes to show the poker community continues to grow and grow. And Courtney Kennedy right now is trying to hold on here. She has a huge lead at this point. Has the table covered. She stands at 2,150,000 chips. Amanda Baker, another top pro, is in second right now at 800,000. So if Kennedy can keep rolling here, she's going to walk out of here with a World Series of Poker bracelet. Zhu Dang at 775. Natalia Breviglieri at 230. Amanda Musumeci busted in fifth. Shelly Johnson Ochoa in sixth. Wendy Friedman, who led the tournament going into today, probably she's going to be a little disappointed finishing in seventh. Nicole Swartz in eighth, and Yaxi Zhu, another top pro, finishes in ninth. So Courtney Kennedy right now with 4 players to go, trying to take a bracelet back to Detroit. That'll be fun. Event number 66. That is the $1,000 online tournament. Just an update on that. Once again, we're down to 6 players in that. They will be coming back tomorrow to play for that bracelet. Of course, all the play went online until the last 6, and then they come here and play at the Rio. So you kind of got to shift it to, maybe they should hook those guys up in the cube. That would be fun. Maybe you got to talk to Alex Dreyfus about that. But Clayton McGuire is going to come in with the lead, 7,157,023 chips. So I'm assuming we'll be rounding those numbers off a little bit. Simeon Nadanov is in second, 6,203,740. He is out of Bulgaria. Mark Oliver from Canada at 2,520,809. Park Yu Chung at 1,118,408. He is out of Hong Kong. Spencer Taylor from Knoxville, Kentucky at 943. And Richard Turim from New York at 761,991. They will be your final 6 for the WSOP.com online bracelet. Of course, won by Anthony Spinella last year. And let's just check out. I didn't really take a look at the prize pool on this. Winner, $210,279, followed by second will get $150,569. Event number 67, the High Roller. $111,111 High Roller for one drop. No limit tournament. They are down to 11. And this is going to get interesting for these guys because this has got to get done today. Now, I mean, there's still a long way to go in the afternoon, but this is gonna be cutting it a little bit close because, of course, there's a ton of chips in play right now. And let's take a look at the blinds. We just had David Stecky going down. I'm just trying to find where the blinds are at the moment. See, now on the PPC Poker Tour, I always put the blinds on there. Antonio Sfondiari out as well. We are at 80,000, 160,000 on the blinds at the moment. So there's still a lot of play for these guys. Dan Smith has jumped out. He is at 22,700 chips. And of course, Smith, one of the great high roller players in the game. He has just been fantastic over the years, and he now could be on the way to winning his first World Series of Poker bracelet. We have been saying that so much. It won their first World Series of Poker bracelet, and but they have a lot of them have been longtime professionals. Dan Smith looking to try and do it. He stands 22,700,000 over Brian Green, who is at 16,500,000. So Smith has got himself a pretty darn good lead at the moment. Green, of course, has been a long-time WSOP player. 21 cashes for him here at the Rio. 17 cashes on the WSOP circuit, and does have a circuit ring. So he's looking to try and win the high roller one drop. Jack Salter now is in third at 12,600,000. Your remaining players, of course, Fedor Holes is sitting right there looking to try and do the damage. Holes is at 8.3 million. And Holes has never won, as much as he's done in the game and as great a year as he's had, he has never won a World Series of Poker bracelet either. So Holes is looking to try and make history for himself and cap off what has been a great 7 months for him at the poker tables. Joe McKeon, The man's getting a little greedy, just as the defending main event champion at $8,200,000. So he's right in the mix. Corey Aldemir at 6.5, Scott Seaver at 5.8, Neal Farrell, who has come so close so many times to winning a bracelet, still alive in this one. He's at $2,950,000. Nick Petrangelo at 2.6, and Brandon Steven at 2.49. So it looks a lot of great stories possibly coming out of this one. Dan Smith, Brian Green, Jack Salter sitting there. Fedor Holes, could the defending world champion come back and win the $111,000 tournament? Who knows? But of course, you still got Seaver and Farrell sitting there trying to get the job done too. So a pretty wild finish coming up to the high roller. But the tough part for these guys is obviously did not play the main event so far. They're going to have to hop in tomorrow if they want to have a shot at the World Championship. So, and that's not easy for Joe McKeon, especially, with the pressure that's going to be on him to try and defend his championship. And he's going to be coming off having to play in this high roller. And if he, ends up saying the top three, it's going to be a long night for Joe McKeon. And so he'll have to come back in here at 11 o'clock in the morning and try and get it done. So should be an interesting dynamic here as the high roller wraps up. And let's go to, let's see. Yep, and of course, we do have one more preliminary event, even though it's not really a preliminary event. The little one for One Drop is going to be starting up later this week. So that is the final non-main event bracelet to wrap up. But that one, we won't worry about that for a little bit because the main event is going on right now. And let's take a look at what happened yesterday as the toughest day of the year for everybody getting knocked out of the main event happened for some, and some the dream is still alive. And for one of those people that it is, Gary Sewell from Duarte, California, is your chip leader from day 1A as he bagged 312,500 chips, and really a day of the amateurs to start this thing off. I know Gary's been around. Gary. I know of Gary. But he has one WSOP cash, one circuit cash, but he certainly will be looking to try and see if he can carry it over to possibly winning a world championship. Pretty exciting stuff for Gary Sewell. Second place is Alvaro Lopez. He is out of Tucson, Arizona. He has no WSOP cashes and now sits in second place in the World Series of Poker main event. After day 1A, Scott Newman from Rawling, Wyoming. 4 cashes here at the WSOP. Nothing higher than a 40th. Has not won anything bigger than $14,454. And he is in third. Fourth place is Sean Case from Weatherford, Oklahoma. No WSOP cashes. Are you kidding me? Now the next guy down, he's done a little bit of damage. Matt Ashton, who just had that unreal year in 2013, of course, is an owner of a World Series of Poker bracelet. Ashton has WSOP earnings of about $2.5 million. Of course, won the Poker Players Championship in 2013 for his biggest cash of his career. That was $1.7 million, and of course, a ton of other final tables all over the place under the WSOP banner of Matt Ashton in 6th. Alexander Barlow stands in 6th place right now, 212,100. Joab Ramekers from Malta at 211,170. Carlo Denudo from Bloomington, Minnesota at 218. Dan Shack is in 9th. One of the great high roller players in the game. Shack at 208.4. Derek Chang rounds out your top 10, 205. 200. And then we'll start going down some of the other names that made it through. Peter Eichhardt advances with 174,300. Adam Friedman's also through at 165,100. Michael Gathie, who has a bracelet this year and a couple of runner-up finishes, he stands at 151. Of course, Gathie won his 3rd World Series of Poker bracelet this year. Let's see who else we've got. It might be recognizable to everybody at home. Of course, this is one of the more interesting flights. You don't have a lot of the big names diving into this. Gail Bauman, of course, finished 10th, unofficial final table at the World Series of Poker in 2013 main event. She is at 126. Shannon Shore bags 125,900. Let's keep going down through the list of players. And sorry if I miss one of your favorites. Blake Bond is at 122.3. Let's see. Michael Beatty, great player from down in Florida, bags 115.2. Matt Matros, 114.8. Rob Tepper, 113.6. And keep sliding down the list. Great international field here, by the way. John Turner, 106.9 as he advances. Frank Casella goes to day 2 at 104.5. Kenny Einiger, former world blackjack champion. Oh, I'd like to thank that for shifting on me. Sorry, bear with me for a second. Let me get back to where we were. Kenny Einiger. I know we saw Kenny Einiger there. We'll find him. There he is, 104.3. Andy Black, of course, we all remember him making a final table in the main event. He is at 103.4. Paul Balzano, great player from down in Florida. And the Florida guys have done a great job. I'll tell you what, all that experience in the series like down in the PPC and the Seminole Hard Rock, really starting to pay off for those players. Balzano at 102.9. Steve Bilirakis at 102.6. Thor Hansen bags 102.3. Dan Wyman, 101.3. Jonathan Little puts away 99,900. And the list continues here for players who advance. Of course, like I said, we can't get everybody on here, but some of your other notables, Chad Powers. Hey, nice. Chad Power at 90,900. Kenny Tran is at 90,000. Keep going down the list here. Ryan Fair at 85.1. Doc Sands bags 83.8. Amit Nikija at 83.3. Keep this rolling. Neil Blumenfield, of course, finished third last year. He is back at 81,000. And let's see, and so that's your first group of players that got through. And of course, those entries just a hair over last year. I'll pull that number for you in just a little bit. Hoyt Corkins is through at 76.1. Boy, I'll tell you, like I said, a lot of new faces pushing through here. Wow. Keep on rolling down the list. Steven Gagliano at 67.3. Steve G, former November Niner, is through at 63.8. Ben Volpe at 63.5. Jen Shahadi advanced. She is at 62.8. And going on down the list. It is a long one. Those are your top groups. So Matt Glantz through as well, 56.5. And I know Raymond Davis made it through as well. Hiran Patel is through. And just keep on going. Hank Sitton made it through. He survived the 4th of July. We'll just leave it at that. 48.5 for him. Who else we've got here? Jesse Martin's through at 43.9. And once again, do apologize if we miss anybody. It's 200 players on the list. We're just trying to fly through and get you some of your familiar names. Steve Fox, good friend of the show, bags 38.3. He advances to day 2. Dan Fleischman, 36.2. Alex Jacob, the Jeopardy champion, at 35.3. Barry Schulman, of course, a Card Player Magazine, 34.8. And Matt Brady's through at 31. So, yeah, we're seeing some of these sliders. Anton Wigg from Sweden at 28.9. Phil Galfond, 27.9, is through. Per Hildebrand is through at 25.8. Hugo Pingray at 24.1. McLean Carr is through at 23,000. Let's see. Keep on rolling here. Adam Geyer's through at 18.4. And, of course, these guys in a little bit of trouble when they come back. Cliff Goldkind, 14,100. Faraz Jaka through at 9,400. And that looks like that's it. So looks like we have got 542 players that made it through to day 2 of the World Series of Poker main event. And I had the recap here. Give me 1 second as we're looking at some of these other players and some other information. We'll just keep clicking those away, and there we go. But, of course, Gary Sewell making it through yesterday. Some of the other ones that didn't, and, I always hate to see the year's end for these guys. Mark Radoja, Calvin Anderson, Greg Mueller, Matt Waxman, David Paradis, all eliminated on day 1A. Kelly Minkin is out. Billy Baxter is out. We had a little fun at Billy's expense thanks to Raymond Davis, but he is gone as well. But still a pretty good group getting through here, but we're going to see a ton of amateurs. Day 1A is always a very interesting dynamic because people like to come in here, and the later it goes, the more players enter the flights. But we saw what looks like a lot of the international players chose to take their stab yesterday. So pretty interesting there. Let me get that, find that number for you that went through to yesterday's flight. We'll find it. I swear to God, it's here. It really is. And actually, we are up from last year a little bit. Pretty much the same number. 764 get entered in day 1A. 741 last year. So we're up about 23 players from last year's day 1A. And, of course, so we'll be waiting for more data to come in on day 1B in a little bit. All right, and I'll tell you what we're going to do, because I need to breathe. That was a lot. We're going to step back and take a break, and when we return, we're going to let you know what's going on here in day 1B, and those players should be coming out on a break here pretty shortly, too, so we'll look forward to seeing the main event players coming out here. We'll try and catch up with a few of them if we can. But let's take our first commercial break, and we'll be right back on the Mark Hoke Show. I want to thank you for being with us. We'll put the fan cam up for you, too. Really appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.
The PPC Poker Tour continues an incredible 2016 as Season 4 rolls on. June features 2 great events as we hit the Isle Casino in Pompano Beach, Florida, with a $110,000 guaranteed tournament, June 13th through the 16th, and a $200,000 guaranteed event at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut, June 24th through the 26th. And July features the PPC North America Championship at Tampa Bay Down, July 14th through the 24th, with a $100,000 guaranteed main event, plus other great stops at Naples, Fort Myers, Florida, and Ho-Chunk in Wisconsin. And of course, all roads lead to the PPC Aruba World Championship in November. For more information, go to ppcpokertour.com, ppcpokertour.com, and get in on the action. We are the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? You can't walk around the World Series of Poker without seeing someone wearing 3-Bet clothing. It's super comfortable and stylish, and their stuff looks amazing. The incredible team of pros who wear 3-Bet hats, hoodies, tees, and more are a who's who in poker. All-time greats like Phil Hellmuth, Jonathan Little, Doc Sands, Brian Rast, Jason Kuhn, Scott Clemens, Ben Tollerane, Jeff Gross, and of course Antonio Esfandiari are all proudly wearing the 3-Bet brand. They wear 3-Bet clothing because they know that being comfortable and feeling confident is crucial to winning on and off the tables. 3Bet.com has shipped thousands of orders worldwide want. And with new lower prices, it's time for you to join the 3-Bet team, just like the pros, and receive 10% off with the promo code RADIO. Make that right call and feel like a pro at 3bet.com. Need to get the extra edge in your poker game but can't find the answers? Action Junkie Poker is your solution. The Junkies will train you to take your poker game to levels you never thought possible. Action Junkie Poker works together with you every day with one goal in mind: to help you win. Their unique Iron Sharpens Iron training method features 24/7 support, live on-site and group training, over 300 hours of coaching content, group chat, and a true family atmosphere, making sure you can't go wrong with Action Junkie Poker. Plus, they even have the gear to help you look the part as well. For more information on Action Junkie Poker, call 702-859-7676, 702-859-7676, and visit actionjunkiepoker.com right now. We coach, we sell gear, we create game killers. Action Junkie Poker.
I know what you're thinking. Why would I need a voiceover production company? Does your company need a commercial for radio or television? Are you looking to do an audiobook or web presentation? Then you need a voiceover production company. Black Eagle Sound Design is home to some of the finest voice actors, producers, and engineers in the business. Log on now to besd.us and find out more. Black Eagle Sound Design will be there with you and your project every step of the way. On time, on target, and at a price you can afford. Visit us at besd.us.
Looking for an energy drink that can amp you up and get your body performing at its max capacity? The search is over. Stark Energy is here. This proprietary blend, including turmeric and glucosamine, is packed with inflammation fighters, and its unique formula will help you maximize your workouts and daily activities. Stark Energy's all-in-one blend will continue to provide energy while supplying a recovery element to a post-workout regime. It's all natural with 0 carbs and only 5 calories. Uses all-natural stevia sweetener and has less caffeine than a cup of coffee. So what are you waiting for? Visit StarkNoLimits.com/Mark Hoke Show right now. Try one today. Energize and punish the pain with Stark Energy.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
I want to apologize to everybody we couldn't get a closer look at the bar. Sorry. Oh, my God. 5 years of this nonsense. Can you believe it? Wow. I'm bringing you The Mark Hoke Show and its various incarnations, short stack radio way back in the day. History Radio, and of course came out here to Las Vegas and just did whatever other radio show host does. You know, we just named the damn show after myself, because that's the way to do it. Because you never know, you know, I might foray into other things at some point. You also just got to keep our fan base happy. But what a great 5 years it's been. Thank you once again, everybody, for all your support out there. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in. And, you know, it's amazing that even, you know, and honestly, it's been a tough morning for me. I mean, losing, you know, somebody who's, you know, really meant a lot to me, you know, was sad enough. But, you know, fortunately, people come up here and, you know, kind of pick me up a little bit and have been very, very kind. You know, and every once in a while when you sit out there and say, man, who the heck's listening to this crazy show? You know, we have people come up and give me compliments and really make me happy, and it really does mean a lot. So thank you guys very much for all your love and support. It is much appreciated. By the way, speaking of love and support, yes, the book's out. Yeah, look at that. That's the old PPC. Man, I got to get used to going backwards on this thing. The old PPC Poker Tour notebook we have some terrific sponsors, and I got to tell you, I would really appreciate it if you guys could just take a second and say hi to some of these guys and spend a little bit of money. We don't ask much, but that's what keeps this show going, and is going to continue to keep it going for years to come. So if you could take care of these guys, we'd really appreciate it. 2, I really want you to hit, because we need to get them a little more love. You guys know Josh Brickus from Brickus Breaks, and Josh, of course, has been a long-time pillar in the poker community, great guy out of Pittsburgh, and he does Brickus Breaks. And if you go to joshbrickus.com, you get all the information about it. But basically what they do is they take sports collectibles, cards, packs, you buy into the packs, and then you reveal what you won on his broadcast. It's really cool. And, if you can buy stuff from your favorite sports teams and all that kind of stuff, it's fantastic. You get $5 off for your first break when you put in the code WSOP. And it would really mean a lot to me if you guys could just take a second, buy one break, take a shot. Because if you've seen some of the stuff that Josh has, it's amazing. It really is. So go take a second, go to joshbrickus.com and show some love to one of our own, Josh Brickus. Also, good friends, Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. I'm telling you, this great product. It's great for the kids. We had a woman put one on the back of her neck during the World Series here that she bought. Fantastic for golf course, after workouts, whatever. All you have to do is wet that thing down in cold water. It's reusable. It stays cool for up to 5 hours. It's perfect for any time you get warm. Go to arcticblu.com and pick up one of those Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. And if you put in the code Mark Hoke Show, it's 50% off. Did you hear me? That's half for those of you mathematically challenged. Okay? So it means you're going to spend like $9.99-ish on a cooling towel. And you will be glad you did. It's a terrific product. So make sure you guys go to arcticblu.com and put in the code Mark Hoke Show for that. Some of the other discount ones we have, and then we'll hit everybody after some of the other ones after the break. Jim Feist, man, play of the day. Just put in the word game, or text game to 25827. That's the word game to 25827. And you can get in on all the sports betting action. 46 years of Jim Feist and his team beating the books. And, of course, they do great sports consulting packages for all the seasons, for, you want to do a week or something like that, and check it out. I'm telling you, they're going to take great care of you. I mean, Jim's got a fantastic reputation. There's a reason why, because he wins. It's that simple. So go to jimfeist.com. And, of course, once again, text the word game to 25827. It's the word game to 25827. 3Bet Clothing did our new promo shirts, and we would love to have you guys pick up some great stuff from them. Go to 3bet.us. It's 10% off with the code radio. And if you heard the World Series, I bet they'll recognize it too. Just going up there to the booth and say, hey, Mark Hoke said I get 10% off with the code radio. And they'll say, why, sure. All right. So stop by the 3Bet booth or get online, go to 3bet, the number 3bet.us, and score big with those guys. Who else we got some pretty good deals from right now? I'm just looking down here. Oh, Stark Energy Drink. How would you like to get 144 cans of energy drink for $299? You guys are out there spending $5 a can on, well, some other brands. Man, it's like, uh-oh. We have a little... Oh, and I think, oh, man, and we just missed being able to get that on the fan cam. Shoot, so close to some entertainment gold here. Little verbal altercation going on in the hallways. Things getting a little hot. It's the summer. They need some Arctic Blue cooling towels. That's what they need. Cool those guys off. But seriously, about picking up some Stark Energy Drink. You can become a franchisee. $299 get you 144 cans of it. You can do with it what you want. Sell it. Use it to help you sell some too. But it's a great deal. Go to starknolimits.com/Mark Hoke Show. That's starknolimits.com/Mark Hoke Show. And you can pick up some Stark Energy Drink. I mean, that's a hell of a deal too. And speaking of hell of a deal, the PPC Poker Tour, man, we are getting ready to gear up for the second half of the year, and it is always exciting. Events all over the place. We're going to see you down in Tampa. I know we've seen a ton of players from Tampa Bay Downs up here at the World Series, and we're very excited to be back down in Tampa for that one, as we will be headed to the North America Championship on the PPC Poker Tour, giving away a ton of spots in the Aruba World Championship in November. That's series November 2nd through the 8th, and of course, main event for the North America Championship starting up. Well, the whole series runs the 14th through the 24th. So just get on down there, play every darned event, and have a blast. Win your way to Aruba. And of course, by the way, following that up, I'll be at Fort Myers for the Naples Fort Myers event, and of course, we're going to be sending Nate Dowland up to Ho-Chunk in Wisconsin. He's going to have a great time up there too. Mark Kroon and the boys, and of course, like I said, full schedule available at ppcpokertour.com. Whew. Still a lot of eyes going down the hallway. There were two large gentlemen too. I kind of think I knew the one guy, but everybody kind of popped up just around the corner here and then went back. But yikes. World Series Hall action. Not good. Not good at all. And of course, the main event's going to be going on break here just a little while, so we'll kind of keep things rolling here for you. But let's take a look at what is going on here in day 1B of the main event. We're still waiting on an entry count. And unfortunately, we don't have... I guess I should just get on Bravo and check that out sometime. But here are some of the chip counts for everybody early on. And look out, Barry Hutter scoring big. He is at 137,600. Boy, I wish people wouldn't throw stuff over my poker table from Off-Tail Poker Tables to get in the trash can, which is 3 steps away. But anyway, Barry Hutter, 137,600. David Helu from Argentina is listed right now with 123. And, of course, these are not official standings. There's so many players in there. It's kind of hard to, see who's in first and who's in second. It's pretty much just let's go find the chip stacks, and some of the players are reporting, too. Sean Barrios, officially out of St. Croix, Virgin Islands, at 110. Daniel Blair from Nolensville, Tennessee. Maybe looking to follow in the steps of another guy from that state, Chris Moneymaker. Daniel Blair at 107,350. And Anthony Zeno, it's funny. Anthony had just had that amazing year last year. Now everybody's forgetting about him for some stupid reason. I don't know why, but Zeno's at 107,000 at the moment. Robert Voigt from Chesapeake, Virginia. I know that territory pretty well down there. I've been there a few times. At 104,900. João Dornelles Neto from Goiânia, Brazil, is at 104,000. Kevin Powell at 102. David Vamplew, pretty big name there, at 97,750. Matt Jarvis, the Canadian Wonder, is at 91,750. LaDarren Banks from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at 90,000. Chris Cornell, 86,025. Notables, Maria Ho has built up a nice stack. She is at 80,000 at the moment. Vanessa Selps at 79. David Benefield, 77.8. Jeffrey Lissandro, former Player of the Year, is at 75,000. Let's see who else we have. Good, and it's good a lot of players are using the new app to report. That's pretty good. Sliding down, Lauren Klein won a bracelet this year. He is at 70,000. Jenny Marzinski, another Florida player, at 69,000. John Monette, 68.9. Amir Lavat at 67,300. Former world champion Tom McAvoy at 67. Jared Hamby at 66. And I'm going to switch over to the fan cam real quick because you're going to get to see the fiasco that is the World Series of Poker hallways out here. If we can get this one gentleman just to slide over a little bit. He's kind of blocking the fan cam. But other than him, we can you can kind of see there's a lot of people. We'll be able to see a little bit more. Thank you. All right, there we go. And somebody else just stepped right in. It's uncontrollable here at the World Series of Poker. But as you can see, a ton of great players, and of course, everybody and their grandmother who wants to try and be the world champion is here today. And of course, this is one of the busiest intersections here at the World Series of Poker with the bar. We've got, of course, the photo booth over here. We're our corner, and so many other things going on here at the WSOP. But you get a pretty good idea of what is going on here at the World Series of Poker. It is a jam-packed house. Of course, these numbers whittle down and whittle down. More people taking that walk. You don't see that walk too much because for the most part people keep it under control. We only lost about maybe a quarter of the field from yesterday's flight. Wouldn't imagine it'll be too much different this time around. But we're kind of keeping an eye out here too and see any pros like, oh, John Freeberg's there. Hi, John. Hey, what's up? You want to say hi to everybody real fast and plug Poker Atlas? I'll give you a shot to do that. John Freeberg's here, everybody. Of course, former World Series Poker bracelet winner. I know he's got to head to the bathroom here real quick. You look like you're in a hurry, though. I'm sorry I stopped you.
I'm in a hurry to get some Doritos, Mark.
Oh, Doritos. Oh, no doubt. Well, John, how's it going in there, buddy?
It's not going bad. I had a big hand early on. Flopped a top pair with a flush draw and got aces to put all his chips in ahead. But I turned a flush, so I'm up to about 85, 86,000, somewhere around there.
There you go. That's pretty good shape for day one.
Pretty tough table. I'd say I have a tougher table than average, but fortunately the four better players on my table are the four to my right.
Perfect. Couldn't have done that any better, huh? Very
Got
good.
lucky, yeah.
Very good. Well, I know you're in a hurry, but I'm sure you want to mention Poker Atlas real quick. Tell everybody about that real fast.
Yeah. So if anyone is ever looking for where to play poker, check out pokeratlas.com. We have information on every legal live poker room in North America, tournament schedules, promotion offerings, cash games, you name it. So
what about
when you're ready to play? Check it out.
What about the illegal ones?
We don't.
I'm sorry.
Don't have information on the illegal ones.
Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, well, John, hey, great start. Best of luck to you. Look forward to seeing you on day 2.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Good luck. There we go. So John's going to get some Doritos. We'll send him on his way, but of course does a great job with Poker Atlas. Oh, we didn't switch over. Sorry about that, but yeah. Once again, you can just see the mayhem that's going on out here in the hallway. It is something else. It's an atmosphere like no other here at the World Series of Poker. You will never see an assemblage of poker as many bodies at a poker series as you will here. I mean, we've been to some of the biggest events in the world with the Mark Hoke Show, going down to PCA and all the Seminole Hard Rocks, but there's just nothing like this. I know Richard Seymour, the former NFL player, was up here, and what? I'm busy.
What are you doing? Some sort of radio show?
Yes, I am doing my show, sir. I'm getting periscoped.
Live, so say what's up.
What up? There you go. There you go. Happy man. But once again, it's just a crazy time here at the World Series of Poker, to say the least. But looking around the hallways, and like I said, it's just mayhem in here. But it's going to be worse tomorrow. I'm going to tell you right now. If you think this kind of hallway action is bad, just wait until day 1C. Because it is going to be interesting, to say the least. And by the way, Chris Ferguson is here at the main event. I don't know. I don't think we quite were able to catch him on there. But Chris Ferguson is here. And, of course, if you need a massage, the world's greatest massage therapist, the one who makes just my heart stop every time I see her, Heather Davis, is over here. So if you need a massage, look her up. She's flying around here. She's the most beautiful woman in the building. I mean, so that's the easiest way to find her. She's ready to run away now. I got her. Oh, and there's a fan cam obstruction. That is a full fan cam obstruction right there. Oh my God. Zach Grunberg and Stealth Monk. Look at these guys. Wow. That is crazy. Bradovich is here too. He is. Look at this. It is just, like I said, I had to take the camera down because I don't want anybody looking at somebody's back. That's kind of silly, but once again, it is a terrific time here at the WSOP. It really is. I was hoping that gentleman was going to slide out of there. He is not yet. But let's see who else is. See if we can grab somebody else flying around here. Of course, every person in this building is chasing that dream of winning the world championship, from the amateur to the pro, and we're going to have full coverage for you at least first couple of days here on the Mark Hoke Show. What a jam-packed house. Always say Chad Holloway. Chad Holloway wants to come on the show. I know Chad Holloway wants to come on the show. Chad, and I love Chad's pimping. You're learning the sponsorship thing.
That's right. Yeah,
you're doing well.
I've got the where is it? I'm looking. There it is. The MSPT.
You can say
I've got the
MSPT on our
Las
show
Vegas
too.
Distillery. Those are
What
my
are we?
two big ones.
How'd you land Las Vegas? Refer them to me. I'll give you 10%.
I'm
dead serious.
Anybody who follows me on social media knows that I enjoy my whiskey.
You do.
I've been a good patron of Las Vegas Distillery for the last few years. So before the series, I kind of said, you know what? Let me just reach out to the owner, see if he'd be interested in, me kind of repping the brand at the World Series of Poker. And he was really excited about it. So they gave me some shirts, they gave me some free whiskey, and we had ourselves a nice little deal. So
Las Vegas Distillery.
I'll have to bring you a bottle. I should have brought you a bottle on your 5-year anniversary.
Jesus, you should have, you asshole.
Yeah, what can you do?
It's okay. I can't even spell
So this
distillery.
is exciting. The hallway's a buzz. It's the main event.
Yeah.
I was pretty giddy driving here today to play.
I got to tell you, I didn't know he was here in the flight today, but Chris Ferguson is apparently playing this flight. I just saw him.
He was actually behind me in line in the registration.
Wow.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's one of those, like I could become a legend in the poker world, right? You just go up and boom, just once, and then you're a hero to so many people. But then, of course, you get assault charges and you're banned from the World Series of Poker for life.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Not worth
Not
it.
really in the cards for me. So.
You late regged.
I did.
Why did you do that?
I actually intended to late reg even later than I did. I was going to wait till towards the end of level 3, but after reading the live blog earlier today and yesterday, there are just some people giving away their chips.
Yes.
And this is the main event with 50K starting stacks, but still people are just giving it away. So I said, you know what? I'm only going to late reg just a little bit. I came in halfway through level 2. And the reason being, I wanted to sleep in a little bit, and I also had a massage scheduled to get me loosened up, ready to go for the main event.
That works. Rep Porter has a candy bar. Is that a candy bar or an energy bar, Rep? What's fueling your fire there, buddy?
It is a
power bar. It is a power bar by Rep Porter of the Poker Academy. He's doing good. So, Chad, where are you at in chips? And I can sneak Rep in here real quick.
I'll let you Rep get in here. I'm sitting at about 65,000, which is a nice increase for playing just half a level. So,
are you going to try and get greedy and be a world champion? Are you freaking kidding me, Holloway?
We'll see. We'll see how that'll affect everything.
All right,
Rep, you're going to come in here.
Best of luck.
No, this is tag team.
There you go. Chad Holloway, everybody. Las Vegas Distillery. We're going to see if we can make them the next sponsor of the Mark Hoke Show. But speaking of sponsors of the Mark Hoke Show, Rep is slamming down a power bar. And, of course, we got to congratulate Rep on I'm going to let him finish chewing. I was going to try and build you up there for a second. But a fantastic World Series for Rep Porter. His 3rd World Series of Poker bracelet. The Poker Academy doing great. Ian John scoring 2 bracelets as they get ready to do their, with the posted limit courses up there on the site. Rep, how's it going?
It's going good, Mark.
Okay.
We're on break. I still have chips. I mean,
okay.
What more could you ask for?
How's it playing in there? Because, Chad mentioned that, too, that it was playing pretty fast early yesterday. How's it been for you in there?
We're playing big pot poker at my table.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people are involved, and the betting's escalating quickly. So it'll be interesting.
It sounds like 2008.
There's not even any Andes yet. Wait till we go back and there's Andes to fight over.
God. Well, I tell you got to feel good about your summer rep. You did a fantastic job. Of course, 10th place finish in the Poker Players Championship as well. Really proud of what you pulled off this year.
Thanks, Mark. It's hard to complain.
Yeah.
I won one. I cashed in 7 of them. I think this is my 29th main World Series event. So it might be my 30th. I'm not exactly sure, but so it's hard to complain. 7 cashes is a lot.
You bet. Well, Hey, and do you want to mention anything about the Poker Academy before we get back in there and get at it?
Oh, I'll tell you a quick story. So we had our 12-week challenge, and our winner was Levon Shaftsman. She came down to play the ladies event, and she cashed. She finished 59th in the ladies event. She got them all in with a set on the flop against 2 pair with 59 people left, and she got unlucky. The other lady filled up on the turn to make quads on the river.
Oh, God.
But it was great to see her here and compete. And, like we tell people that our tournaments will our course will make you competitive in the $300 to $1,500 realm if you take it seriously and you study. And it's great to actually see people coming out and doing that. Levon also played we put 4 people in the tag team event too. They made it deep into day 1, but didn't cash. But one of them played a tag team event at Planned Hollywood with Levon, and they came in second place in that.
There you go.
Lori Fussell, who was here for the tag team, won the $1,100 Mirage tournament, 11 a.m. Mirage tournament this morning for $1,300. So they're in Vegas. They're all playing in tournaments. And, Steve Eakin, I think is how you say his name, came in 11th in a deep stack. So they've all had a little run in a tournament while they've been here. It's great, and I'm just thrilled to see them doing well.
Just printing money. That's what Rep Porter's doing for all of you.
It's great.
It's awesome. So make sure you check it out. Go to thepokeracademy.com/Mark. Rep, I wish you the best of luck here.
Thanks.
Let's see if you can get the big one.
Oh, that would be fun.
Oh, it would, wouldn't it?
Yes.
All right.
It's going to be a long week, though.
Yep, no doubt. All right, Rep Porter going back in there, trying not to kill himself. I know it's a little bit of a trip hazard. I apologize, sir. Of course, once again, we're live here at the main event. The World Series of Poker Day 1B is rolling along as we are, it's still very, very, very early for people to start dreaming about reaching that November 9. But what an outstanding series it's been. Kudos to the World Series of Poker. I mean, very few complaints about anything here at the WSOP. In fact, most of anything that I heard was mostly stuff off the table. We had the dealer controversy, which we had mentioned on our show, which is up on YouTube at Shelley Rothon, who longtime dealer sat it out and had a little issue with that. A lot of people were not happy about the when you had to log in with Facebook to get the chip counts. And but hey, you know what? That's marketing. That's how it goes. But I got to tell you, otherwise, very, very minimal disappointments about anything at the WSOP. Really, as hard as it was on everybody last year, and in so many ways, this year has completely turned around. We got to give the World Series of Poker staff a ton of credit for putting together a great schedule, making the structure changes that need to be made, making all the other changes that need to be made, like taking those Modiano cards and throwing them in the garbage can. They might as well lit those things on fire. I mean, no offense to Modiano, but they were not good. No, just not up to the snuff of the World Series of Poker, to say the least. God, I miss Kem, but Kopag's here, and those cards were great. Played with those a couple times in here. And speaking of which, by the way, the media event. You guys ever see Caddyshack where everybody gets in the pool? There's Barry Hutter, by the way, doing well. But the media event coming up on Tuesday night. It'll be the last time I'll get a chance to pick up any cards here at the WSOP. That's going to be a lot of fun. Like the Caddyshack, when they let the caddies in the pool from 6 o'clock to 6:15. That's what they're doing for us. But they treat us great, feed us well, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll look forward to all of myself and my colleagues playing that one. All right, and once again, of course, all the players barreling in here. I mean, here we'll switch back to Jan Fancam. But you can just see the mayhem that goes on in here in the hallways during the breaks at the World Series of Poker. But once we hit day 3, the Brazil is going to start to get shut down. We're going to start seeing the tensions get high as the tables get put away at the World Series of Poker. But we'll be here through day 2 before we head down to Tampa. And that lucky gentleman is doing a text message on the fan cam. That's pretty good for him. Congratulations, you made it on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll switch off that gentleman for a little bit. But yeah, that is fascinating. Chris Ferguson, and we were talking to a couple players about which is the best day to play. Is it do you play day 1A where it's going to be a smaller field? Maybe less chips to get in play, but might be easier to get through. You play the mid, but then you have a couple days off. Do you play the mid one or do you play the late one, which is the biggest one? But obviously a pro laden field. But certainly everybody's the amateurs are taking the time off. Also, really want to come into that flight too. So it's a tricky balance to say the least. And once again, we'll throw the fan cam back up there for you. let's see all your friends and neighbors as they battle it out here at the World Series of Poker, all with the dream of becoming the world champion for 2017 or 16. Very exciting. All right, so once again, everybody's headed back into the Brasilia Amazon room in the pavilion as they try to continue to build chips up and set themselves in a position to make it to day 2 and keep that world championship dream alive. All right, and while everybody's filtering back in, how about we take a quick break and we'll get our second commercial break in on the show and come back and give you some updates on some of the other tournaments going on here as well. Probably might be able to get some updated chip counts. I'm sure the WSOP reporting team is blasting away. There's Elke going by. I said just people from all walks of life, all over the world, that just love to pick up a card are here today chasing a world title. So let's step back and we'll take our second break and we'll come back more from the World Series of Poker. It's day 1B of the main event. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
It's the dream of every poker player to play in the biggest events in the world or to have a piece of their favorite championship player. Now with YouStake.com, that dream can become a reality. YouStake.com offers you the chance to put up staking packages for the events that you want to play or buy pieces of top professionals for as little as $20. Using a safe and secure payment and payout process, all transactions are done with full transparency so you know where your money and investments are handled properly. And the best part is anyone can participate on YouStake.com, from the amateur to the top poker pro. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for free at YouStake.com and get in the exciting poker action right now. It's sport staking simple and secure. YouStake.com.
If you're into sports cards and memorabilia, you have got to check out Brickus Breaks. Very much like a poker tourney, you buy into a break and have a shot to get autographed jerseys and sports cards. Score unbelievable collectibles in heart-stopping fashion from one of the most trusted names in poker, Josh Brickus. Josh Brickus. Use code WSOP for $5 off any group break in the store. Check it out at joshbrickus.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Brickus Breaks. So don't wait. Make your sports collecting dreams come true today with Brickus Breaks. We've all had that incredible poker ad we wanted to tell our friends about. The Share My Pair app is how to do it. Share My Pair is new and improved with remarkably faster hand entry, streamlined app navigation, updated graphics, plus more flexibility in managing notifications. Just enter your hand information and instantly create an engaging poker hand animation that you can seamlessly post and share on Twitter and Facebook. Use Share My Pair to learn from top pro players Phil Hellmuth, Greg Raber, Jonathan Little, Faraz Jaka, and others who use the app to share their most interesting, instructional, and memorable hands. Get Share My Pair for free in the App Store and now in Google Play for Android. And visit sharemypair.com. Play it, post it, share it at sharemypair.com.
The WSOP is back again. Is your poker game better than it was last year? Here's two-time bracelet winner and lead instructor at thepokeracademy.com, Rep Porter.
A simple way to really improve your tournament game is to get better at accumulating chips. When you have a healthier stack, it's easier to run deeper, it's easier to cash, it's easier to make the final table, and most importantly, you're going to win more money. We have a great free 8-part video series that will help you consistently build a bigger chip stack. We call it our Chips as Weapons series.
Get your free videos at thepokeracademy.com/Mark. That's thepokeracademy.com/Mark.
The heat is on. Whether you're in a major poker tournament, out on the golf course, sweating it up at the gym, or keeping the kids cool on a hot summer day, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel, which is officially licensed by NASCAR. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. It's lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy wherever you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you you stay cool. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, top sportsmen, poker players, EMTs, and the drivers of NASCAR today. Things are heating up everywhere. So don't wait. Visit ArcticBLU.com today. Enter the discount code Mark Hoke Show and get an incredible 50% discount for all loyal listeners of the Mark Hoke Show. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
This is Jim Feist in fabulous Las Vegas. If you're serious about winning and getting armed with information, free stats, videos, and top plays at jimfeist.com, plus free picks daily, just dial 1-888-294-1970. That's 1-888-294-1970, or text GAME to 25827, and we'll send you free plays right to your cell phone. Beat the books with the Vegas pros each and every day. 1-888-294-1970, or go to jimfeist.com.
Tax time is upon us again, and whether you're a poker player, a gambler, or just want to have a reputable accounting firm in your corner, look no further than Condler & Associates CPAs. Based right here in Las Vegas, Condler & Associates CPAs specialize in gambling taxation and ensure your returns are prepared properly. Firm owner Raymond Condler is an avid poker player and has been providing tax services to gamblers for over a decade. They'll assist you in areas such as determining if you're a professional gambler, calculating estimated tax payments, preparing your 1099s, foreign bank account reporting, and properly logging your gambling winnings, losses, and expenses. You've seen Condler & Associates CPAs at their booth at the World Series of Poker. Now come see them in person. For your free consultation, call 702-433-7075. That's 702-433-7075, or visit www.pokercpa.com to set up your appointment today. So don't attempt taxes on your own. Bet Condler & Associates CPAs.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
Fan cam, greatest thing ever. I swear to God, you guys got to love me at home for that one. But it's nice, we're on the corner, so we have a great spot to do the fan cam. And I want to thank Seth Polanski for the team for letting us come down here. It's hard to believe we're winding down our coverage here in the next few days. And from the end of May all the way through to now, mid-July. Unbelievable. Another great year. It's our 4th year here at the World Series. 3rd year we've gone all the way. And we look forward to doing it for many more years to come, to say the least. It's been a heck of an exciting time here. And what a great World Series it's been. Let's take a look. Speaking of that, let's take a look at what's going on here in some of our other events. We'll try and get you updated on what's happening here. And we are now heads up in the ladies' event. It is Courtney Kennedy against Amanda Baker. And Kennedy is way out in front. So it looks like the Detroit native is going to be bringing home a World Series of Poker bracelet, but certainly not over yet, because I'll tell you what, Amanda Baker's a damn good player. So she's not going to roll over and die. Zhu Deng finished in 3rd. Natalia Breviglieri finishes in 4th. Of course, Musumeci was eliminated a while ago in 5th. But it is Courtney Kennedy and Amanda Baker. And Kennedy, of course, has never cashed in a World Series of Poker event. And she is on the verge of winning the WSOP ladies title. That's a great story. So we'll see if Courtney Kennedy can finish this job and put it away. But, of course, Amanda Baker, very, very well-respected player. 15 WSOP cashes, has a circuit ring as well. Resides right here in Las Vegas. And I know what that would mean to her, but right now she's got a long way to go to try and come back and knock off Kennedy. Of course, and Kennedy, by the way, had picked up another 482,000 chips just recently, so she's sitting pretty well to win the ladies' title here at the Rio. Event number 67, we are at the high roller, and I believe Dan Smith was just walking by, as was Scott Seaver. But we are down to 9 in that. So the final table is set in the $111,000, $111. I really said that wrong. $111,111 high roller for one drop. Of course, benefiting the one drop charity the WSOP has been working with for quite a while. But Smith is in pretty good shape right now. 22,400,000 chips. He is followed by Brian Green at 15,250,000. Boy, I'm having trouble with numbers today. I can tell it's getting late in the summer. Hey, Scott. Scott Seaver bouncing by there. He's all pumped up as he is still in that thing as well. Jack Salter is at 12,400,000. Fedor Holes trying to make a comeback and continue his unreal year, but this is certainly going to be helpful to him. His Player of the Year chase. He is at 10,800,000. Joe McKeon at 7,600,000. Scott Seaver at 6.1. Nick Petrangelo, 5,830,000. Corey Aldemir at 5.5, and Neil Farrell at 4.4 million. So Dan Smith, Brian Green, Fedor Holes, all looking for their first World Series of Poker bracelet, as is Jack Salter as well. Boy, what a time to win that. McKeon, of course, well, yeah, he's got a bracelet. It's a pretty big one. Scott Seaver, of course, only one World Series of Poker bracelet, 36 cashes, but does have one bracelet to his name. Nick Petrangelo, of course, won a bracelet a while back. He is, I shouldn't say a while back, last year, but Petrangelo with one. Corey Aldemir has not won a bracelet. And Neil Farrell has not won a bracelet. And that's just stunning there. I mean, he's got 28 WSOP caches. So right now, a very interesting dynamic there with, as good as these guys are, only 3 bracelets between them. Of course, McKeon with the World Championship, Seaver and Petrangelo each with one. But our top 4 guys have never won a World Series of Poker bracelet, and they are big names. Smith, Green, Salter, and Holes all looking to win their first one and do it here in the high roller, one-drop high roller. That is something else. So we'll see how that plays out later on today. Those guys will be getting that tournament wrapped up, and, of course, we'll see all of them back in the one-drop or back in the main event in Day 1C tomorrow. Some other guys have fell in that one. Of course, Brandon Steven went out in 10th. Adrian Mateos, the WSOP Europe main event champion, went out in 11th. David Steike out in 12th, and Antonio Esfandiari fell in 13th place. So a great group headlining the one drop as they look to try and score, well, a lot of money. Winner of that one gets to take home, oh golly, $4,981,000. Top 5 will walk out millionaires, official poker millionaires, and for the buy-in, yeah, that's just got it covered to make $1 million for 5th place. A min cash on this table, just to make everybody out there cringe, $384,425. So a lot of money on the line here as the high roller, one-drop high roller, is getting ready to wrap up, or I should say it's on its final table. But yeah, it'll be wrapping up sometime today. Let's take a look at your update from Day 1B. Some new chip counts are up there, and Stephen Powers, take a screenshot, buddy, from Wayne, Indiana. 146,500 chips to lead the way. Bryce Yaki from Los Angeles is at 138,000. Eric Afriat is at 133. Barry Hutter, 129. David Helu, 123.9. Anthony Zeno at 122.5. Robert Voigt at 114.4. Sean Barrios at 110. Daniel Blair, 107. Kevin Powell rounding out the top 10 listed chip stacks at 103. So there you go. So that's where everything is at right now. So pretty exciting stuff here. We got of course, have the one drop finishing up, the ladies finishing up. I'm going to keep an eye on that because, of course, That one pretty volatile at the moment. Still listing Kennedy at 3.5 and Baker at 584,000 as that is getting ready to finish up. But I'll tell you what, is Courtney Kennedy going to be one excited lady to show up at the World Series of Poker, and first cash is a bracelet. And Amanda Baker, of course, a terrific player too, and I know that would be a very popular win out there. But Baker, like I said, with a long way to go. She's about $3 million behind. And let's just take 1 second. They've just gone to level 25 in that. Blinds are 15,000, 30,000 with a 5K ante. So Baker's still got a little bit of room to play in there. I mean, she's certainly not super short stacked in terms of relativity to the blinds. But of course, compared to the stack that's across the way from her, that is not going to be an easy one to overcome. Baker's probably going to have to find a hand and hope. But if she can manage a double up, that is going to make things interesting. But we'll see if she can hold on. We'll see if Courtney Kennedy can hold on and win that World Series of Poker bracelet in the ladies event. All right. So things kind of settling down here in the hallways of the World Series of Poker here at the Rio. We also want to make sure we mention a few of our other sponsors. Good friends at U-Stake, I'll tell you what, they have been instrumental in helping players get to play in many World Series of Poker events. Let's go toustake.com, and you can either stake a player, or maybe some guys are still selling Action Day. I know Dan Eimiller might have been looking. That's not a bad bet. Just go to ustake.com and see who's on the board. You can chip in as little as $20. Pretty cool. Share My Pair. We've got a terrific app. You're here at the World Series of Poker. If you want to tell your story with that crazy hand that happened, the monumental hand, or the one that you just want to rip your hair out, just go to Share My Pair on your phone. Download the app. That's all you got to do. And you can put in the information. It makes a nice little hand video for you and uploads it to social media. It's a great app. Check it out at Share My Pair. Who else we have? BlueRail.net, our website provider. Hey, make sure you say hi to Bob Luskin and the team. Really appreciate it. They do build websites, and they do it well. Go to BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? Our good friends at Action Junkie Poker. All they do is win, win, win. They have the iron sharpens iron training method, and a great family atmosphere. You see their pictures all the time on Facebook if you follow them. And it just stacks and stacks and stacks of chips from their students. And you can get in there, too. Go to actionjunkiepoker.com and say hi to the team there, Josh and the team. And, of course, our good friends at Conler & Associates. Ray Conler's still here because, hey, it's main event time, man. He's got to get these guys paying their taxes. And he's going to help you out, too. Just go to pokercpa.com. That's pokercpa.com. Say hi to Ray Conler and the team, of course, specializing in gambling, law, and taxation. They will take good care of you, I promise. They've taken care of a lot of my friends, and they'll do it for you, too. So check them out at Conler & Associates. And the sneeze of the year at the World Series of Poker over there, too. Whew. We have fights and sneezes and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. All right. So that's pretty much where we are right now at the WSOP here on day 1B as this action continues. You never know what person is going to come out of this thing making that November 9. You can sit there and say the pros are the favorites, and a lot of them are, but you just never know. We'll see if can a true amateur get through a star-studded field with a very pro-friendly structure and win this thing again. I don't know. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? That any of us can walk in the door and become the world champion. You can't play in the Super Bowl, with Joe Montana and Johnny Unitas and all those guys. You can't go out on the PGA, pretty darn hard anyway, to go out on the PGA Tour and play with Tiger Woods and the Masters. But you can play with the greatest in the world here and be on equal footing to start out. That's part of the greatness of this event. And certainly we're seeing more and more history get made every year. And so many terrific top grinders who have just been fighting for years and years have won World Series of Poker bracelets this year. And I'm sure that trend's going to continue over the next couple of years. And by the way, speaking of which, the caches this year, we do have a couple players that have broken. We'd have to update that. We do have a couple players that broke the record for caches in a World Series of Poker. Ryan LaPlante has put up 12. Michael the Grinder Mizrachi also hit 12. And there are a few others that are still in range. Naoya Kihara had 11 caches up in a couple of days ago, and we had a ton of them in there with 10. Jason Mercier, Roland Israelishvili, Daniel Hirleman, Thomas Taylor, Dan Kelly, David Van Plu, Darren Rabinowitz had all put up double-digit caches, which all matched or broke Konstantin Puchkov had 11. That's a shame to a point because obviously with the new structures we're paying out 15%. We kind of expected that number to get broken. But really the fact, if you really look at Puchkov's record, getting 11 in an era where only 10% cash, and right now we're looking at 12, maybe max 13. Now, that just makes his 2012 World Series that much more impressive. To do what he did with only 10% of the players cashing is unbelievable. So, but LaPlante and Mizrachi looking at that. And by the way, we also had the Player of the Year race, and I want to give a quick update on that. Jason Mercier is still leading the way. He stands at 2,121.69 points. Paul Volpe has moved into second. He is at 1,566.04. But I got to tell you what, it is going to take a massive run in Australia and probably winning the main event for anyone to catch Mercier at this point. Took a fast look just to see what Joe McKeon got for winning the main event last year. It was only around 311 points. So a 600-point cushion is looking pretty good. Of course, last year Mike Gordinsky had a chance to get caught but didn't play the main event because he was attending his best friend's wedding and skipped the main event, but still managed to hold on through Europe and claim the Player of the Year race. But it is not going to be easy for Volpe, who I guess technically are still in shouting range. And this is a fan cam opportunity. I hate to do this to a point, but wow, I don't know if you just saw that, but a gentleman was being escorted out of here by the WSOP staff and the Las Vegas Metro. Wow. It's been a crazy day here at the WSOP. We got a hallway argument. We got a guy being taken out of here in cuffs. Unbelievable. And there's poker going on too. Wow. But anyway, back to those thoughts on the Player of the Year race. Sorry, I had to throw that one up there. But Volpe in second right now, 1566.04. Benny Glazier. Carlos Loving. Do you know what? You sit down here, young man. You sit down here, young man. I gotta tell you something, Carlos. Carlos, I don't know what you were doing the other day with that.
I think I was flirting with a girl.
You were flirting with a girl. Do you realize that no one has run over the camera tripod this year? Usually, it's like once or twice a day.
So I'm very unique.
One time. It's you, big man.
Yeah, I feel good about that. I feel like I made a big impression on this show, and I got my fame, and now I'm happy.
I'm very proud of you, Carlos.
I'm glad I didn't break it, though.
Yeah, I am, too.
Yeah,
that would have broke my heart.
Actually, I have an extra one of those if you need it.
Okay, I appreciate that.
So if I would have broke it, you're good.
So what's going on with you here, buddy? I haven't really got to talk to you at the series.
I'm a small winner for the summer, so that's a good thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, and no big scores, but I've been cashing.
Nice. Are you playing the main tomorrow? Or?
Tomorrow, yeah. I just busted the Mega Satellite.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
I'm used to it.
Well, you are one of the great pros around. Of course, so much success down in Florida. Man, I'd love to see you get a bracelet, man. How amazing would that be to be the world champion?
It would be probably the best feeling to have as a poker player. Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to making a day 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 times this summer, hour and a half away from making day 3 in the WSOP event. So that's what I'm going to start with, first goal, and then go from there.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope things go well. And do me a favor, as I see you on my travels, don't break any of my shit.
Yeah, I won't. I'll be more alert next time.
Oh, good. Carlos Loving, everybody. I had to get him on because, like I say, he's the only guy that ran over the tripod all year long. But a great guy. I love Carlos to death. And really somebody that if you see him, especially you see him down in Florida and you're at a table with him, run high, run hard, run fast, because he'll take your money. Very talented player. That's great. I'm so glad we got Carlos on the show. Oh, my God. Anyway, but just real quick on the Player of the Year race, Volpe, followed by Benny Glazier, 1,553. Michael Mizrachi, 1,535. Justin Bonomo at 1,515.94. And I really have to say that everybody else just about out of reach. Robert Mizrachi's at 14.72. John Manette's in the 14s as well. But it's looking like Jason Mercier is going to win that race for sure. So congratulations, Jason Mercier. Oh, I guess I can't officially congratulate him yet, but it's looking pretty good. Couple of bracelets. Doesn't look like, well, he's got to win the main event or maybe the one drop to pull off the. This is weird, by the way. I'm going out on two different broadcasts. That's unbelievable. But Jason, of course, congratulations to him on his successful proposal to Natasha Barber. As Natasha finished third in the event, and on the final table, Jason proposed to her, and I guess she said yes. What else is she going to do? I don't think she had any way to turn that down. That's for sure. All right, so I think that's about where we're going to wrap it up today. We are going to be back tomorrow. We may start at 3:00 again. We'll see what's going on, but it's obviously going to be the busiest day of the World Series of Poker, with day 1C kicking off. Everybody and their grandmother is going to be in here trying to win the World Championship, and we'll bring it all to you. Just like we bring it all to you today, we got fights, handcuffs, and, of course, great poker. So we will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll have this up on YouTube as soon as we can. Thanks for being with us on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll see you tomorrow. Probably say we'll go at 3 again, which would probably make a little bit of sense. And, of course, on Wednesday, our last World Series of Poker show on KSHP 1400 AM and KSHP.com at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope to catch you on the radio and on the internet there. Guys, have a great night, everybody. Best of luck to all of you in the main event, and we will see you tomorrow here live from the Rio on the Mark Hoke Show. Have a great afternoon.
All right, now I can interview you.